The most important thing about learning the violin is the technique which is required for getting the best sound, the best quality sound that you would like to hear as well as others would like to hear. So how you get this technique is just about how you hold the violin and how you hold the bow in your hand. Now let's hold the violin between the chin and our left shoulder, okay, and your left hand, your wrist nice and bent like this, the fingers just above the strings, okay, and your right hand holds the bow, yeah, place the bow just above the strings on top of the A string, okay, your first finger here uses the pressure for the sound, whether to get the sound loud or soft. And the other three fingers here are to control the stability of the bow so that it does not move from place to place. Now draw the bow on the A string. Now, your bow has to come between the fingerboard and the bridge, right in the center of it, not here and not here, yeah, just in the center. So, and it has to come at an angle, at a right angle to the violin. That means, in other words, I'll just show it to you on the board here. Let's say this is your violin. Doesn't look like a violin, but anyway, let's assume that this is a violin, and your bow comes exactly like this, basically at a right angle to the violin. It's not like this, and it's not like this. Okay, it's exactly at the right angle. Okay. So now let's do it again. Let's go on A string, down, up, down, up. Now on the E string, down, up, down, up. Then on the D string, down, up, down, up. Then on the G string, down, up, down, up. Now here you need to make sure that you don't get double notes. That means you don't play this and this together. When you want an A, you play an A. When you want a D, you play a D. Make sure that you don't hear two sounds together. So that determines how you control the bow and how you have the bow sitting on the string that you need. Okay. Now, one more thing that you need to know is the wrist. When you hold the bow, you only you move your wrist and your elbow. Okay, you just move your elbow and your wrist, not your shoulders. Not your shoulders, I repeat, because that's the technique of the exact technique of getting the best sound. So it's just your wrist and your elbow. Your wrist and your elbow. It is not like this. It's not like this. It is exactly just your wrist and the elbow. Wrist and the elbow. Okay, so now what you need to do is you need to just play these open strings at least for about half an hour every day for about a week. So that is just to make sure that you have good control over the bow, as well as you know how much pressure you need to put on each string to get the sound as you'd like. Now, just to recap what I've spoken just now is hold the violin nice and proper, this wrist bent, your fingers just above the string. Your right hand holds the bow above your right hand. The wrist has to be bent in this manner, not flat like this. It has to be bent, and the movement is with your wrist and your elbow.